I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer, great one. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
I often joke where, Cappy, I got a financial problem. And I saying the solution is to stop having kids you can't afford. And then I do a fake bow. Thank you, everybody. I solved poverty. Let me know when the Nobel Prize in Economics and the Clark Medal, that's an economic award as well, is given to me. I will wait for it in the mail. Good night. World's greatest economist right there. Solved 85% of poverty. And the reason I do it is because it's true. Number one cause of poverty is having more kids than you can afford. That's kind of always the way it's been. I'm not going to go into the detail of GDP per capita and per capita be spit out more capital. Oh my God, why are we so poor? I'm like, you can't do fucking third grade math, huh? Really, you can't. But this one kind of got under my bones a little bit because it's an election year. And I'm trying to listen to nerd podcasts, by gosh. Trump and Harris, man, they sure want me to donate to their campaigns. Oh, my God. Last week, they said, both of them, it's curious how both of them said, well, it's coming down to the wire. It's the very last time we can raise some money. I'm like, oh, geez. And maybe I don't know, maybe there's some funding limitations that were put into law that they can't raise no more money. And I was like, oh, this is probably the last couple days you could donate. But God almighty, 2 weeks later, hey, you could donate money, both of them. What, did they extend it? I thought last 2 weeks it was the last time anyone could donate any money. Aren't you two both, like rich? Don't you have rich asshole, like the scum of the earth both supporting you? Why do I need to like toss my 30 cents in? What's going on? So I don't even think it was a Harris campaign, but it was a Democrat campaign. Maybe it was like vote yes on suck more money out of Aaron's pocket amendment. And it was different people saying different things. I'm having difficult, blah, 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 And then they had a guy saying, I'm having trouble supporting my family. And God dang, man, I know it was an actor, but I just would love to find that guy in the back of an alley. Like, newsflash, okay? Everyone sit the fuck down. Your family isn't mine or anybody else's responsibility. All right? Hey, we got to the point now where there's a guy, actor or not, and probably some men. I'm having trouble supporting my family. Question one, have you thought about not having so many children? And then two, must suck to be you. Because not only does it sound like a you problem, that is a you problem. And you're an inferior, sad sack, a piece of shit. And if you're a guy, a pathetic fucking excuse for a man. You're not a real man when you got to go and ask everybody else to chip in because you're such a pathetic fucking loser. You can't work up enough the money to pay for the kids you fucked your wife and brought into the world. How the fuck is this our problem? I just want to remind everyone, everybody, other people's mistakes are not your problem. I'm teeny bopper Madison Magoo from the suburbs, tee-hee, and my dad borrowed all the money when we were children and made it look like we were rich. I thought we were, and then mom divorced dad because dad's hedge fund empire collapsed because it was all debt, not options and crypto, bro. And now we're piss poor. And I guess there's these things called student loans. I don't know. I just signed a piece of paper on the document. I'm like $250,000 in debt for my health management degree. I didn't student loan, but not my problem. Not my problem. Not the country's problem. The guy who fucked a gal who couldn't keep her fucking legs shut, or they don't know how birth control works and they spat forth a billion freaking crotch fruits? Not my problem. Not my neighbor's problem, not the guy across the street problem, not the people who are cleaning the toilets problem. It's your problem. They're your fucking kids. I didn't get to fuck your wife. I didn't get to come inside her. Those are not my children. That's a you problem. And it's been this way a long time, ever since parents who absolutely are the laziest, most worthless sacks of shit always come in with the kid, but I have children. Sucks to be them too, I guess. I was poor. Yeah, we didn't get everything we wanted. Yeah, it does suck being poor. How about that? How about this? Don't have as many. And since it's too late for a lot of you now because you had more, I guess you suffer. Here's something for you guys. Since there was a guy who did, I rarely, I'm like, you men got to man up because it's such bullshit, but it's in the context of dating and courtship. But one place you all got to man up. How about you start paying for the kids you created? I don't care if she lied about the birth. I don't care. Why I'm an advocate for vasectomies and wrapping up and being intelligent. Not my problem. But she screwed me over. Fine, she screwed you. She lied. Also not my problem. It's just the cowardice, the weak, just the worst people ever, hiding behind your children that you're torturing, by the way, because you didn't have enough money to raise them. They're not having fun. They're not enjoying their childhood right now. And you got the balls to come up there, I can't support my family. Well, I guess you're working another job, asshole. I got a course called How to Stop Being Lazy. All right. It's on Teachable. I had to break it out from the larger parent course called The Dad You Never Had. Because that's what I don't know if you noticed this. Is everyone sitting down? Everyone got their sitting down chair? I'm going to lay down a fact. Laying down some facts. FAXT, as the cool people say. Did you know that there's a strong correlation between fatherless households and generational poverty? Did you know that? Huh? So maybe if you had the dads around, and ladies, maybe if you could use some birth control, and guys, maybe if you consider vasectomies or some condoms and all that. And if you had kids, oops, there was an oopsie baby or something like that. Well, that's still your. And then maybe if you stuck around with these kids, fine, your family, your generation is going to suffer under poverty. But then if you gave a shit about your kids, which you don't, they're just a money-making operation for government money for most of you assholes out there. But maybe your children would then not grow up under a fatherless home and then also be poor. And your grandchildren would also not be poor. But that would require thinking of other people. When all you could think of was like, feels good to come inside. Oh my God. Like what? 15 seconds of an orgasm. Now you got 18 years of servitude. I know it's asking a lot of you American dipshits out there to get your heads out of your fucking asses. And I mean, kids, right? And it's won't someone please think of the children like me? And then you gotta come. You're too fucking lazy to go work another job. I need help with my family. What do you mean help? Well, there's the church down there. There's a bunch of dopey idiots headed up by liberal white women that set up a nonprofit with their husband's money. They'll give you some food down there. The local dingbat club of the nonprofit Fiddly Foos, they decided that they're going to have feed the poor because the bearded hippie from 0 AD said to do so. They got some food. Oh, but you want my tax money. You need all of us to make up for the fact you're a lazy sack of shit and you had more kids than you could afford, and now we all got to pay for your fucking mistakes. Fuck all of you. God fucking Christ, so fucking sick and tired. I can't support my family. I'm on a fixed income. I'm 58. It's time to get serious about retirement. When do we stop being fucking baby boomers, grow the fuck up, and actually start supporting ourselves? Just a question. God. Just how far we've fallen. And yeah, I know there's a lot of other gals, and I'm a single mom. Oh, you should have kept your legs shut. Maybe you shouldn't have done that. It sucks to be you. I guess you're going to work more. My favorite is the latest shtick where they got all panhandling is scam, by the way. You got the mom with the little baby in the stroller. Single mother can't afford food. You know why you can't afford food? Because you got that kid next to you. If you didn't have that kid, you wouldn't be able to afford food. You would be able to afford food, but there's your problem right there. You had that kid. See the thing next to you? That's the problem. Oh, you can't get rid of that problem. Oh, I guess you got to work more too. No, everybody, not me, work more. I'm a degenerate, idiotic fuck. I can't keep my legs shut no matter how many innocent children's lives we might torture with poverty and an irresponsible, unstable home. But you know, it fucking felt good, and he was fucking hot. I can't see my child. Please, I don't know. Could you maybe go into the Walmart where they got a hiring sign, get a job there? I bet you they would give you the money when you're gonna and you make the money, and then you might be able to it would lessen the pain. I can't support my family. That fuck you, asshole. That's your problem. Think about how far and degraded your average American has gotten where my family's not my responsibility. I'm not gonna think seriously. Do you know how the lengths I went to not have kids? Like, because it would have fucking destroyed me financially. I wouldn't be able to support a kid, so I made damn sure. You're like, oh, well, I don't know if I was on birth control. What do you mean you don't know you were on what? What? Off to the clinic. You're getting that after morning pill right fucking now. There's not gonna be no fucking tortured, innocent human life that I can't support. For God's fucking sake. I love it. It's always after the fact. Boys, I cannot recommend enough you get a vasectomy. I cannot recommend it. Please investigate it. Please look into your options. But I mean, God almighty. Accidentally got pregnant. How fucking dumb are you people? Well, you what was it? The quote from The Last Boy Scout. Let me guess, you tripped, fell down and stuck your dick in my wife. It was an accident. Accidental pregnancy. And Tom Likas was great on this. Because would say, it's like, well, why didn't you get an abortion? Well, it's against my religion. Then he'd immediately say, well, isn't fornicating meaning sex outside of marriage or premarital sex? Isn't that against the rules? And the girls would, well, ultimately, well, yeah, I'm a hypocrite, cafeteria Christian. I like that. I like the having the sex part, but I don't want to have an abortion. That because it goes against my religion. I'm going to follow that rule, but not that one. I want the sex, and I want to be able to divorce, and I don't want to follow my vows, but I want to keep the kid because I'm against abortion on that one. Yeah. Which again, and I've said this many times before. Having more kids than you could afford is the number one cause of poverty across all groups, all people of all time, right? That's the number one. There's other causes, but that's the number one for everybody, right? And if you are going to wait, I don't know if now, in fairness, teenage girls in the United States, teen pregnancy has gone down. I want to applaud those young teenage girls. Either you're taking birth control or you're abstaining or whatever. I applaud you girls. Most of the single mom, most of the children out of wedlock are born to 30-something, I think 40-something women now. I want to applaud the young ladies over there. But for the men, all right, I don't care what she does. Well, she said she wasn't on birth control. Blah, 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 blah. Guys, we don't have time to rely, and we cannot afford the risk of relying upon other people to make sure we don't do the number one thing to make us poor. And I'm not saying everybody go out there and get vasectomies because it depends on whether you want to have kids in the future and all that. But guys, the people who are going to the people who are going to lower poverty the most by preventing most of the kids that you can't afford from being born is going to be us. You got to use a condom. If you know you don't want kids, or you've already made a deposit into a sperm bank, or you want to take your chances, like, well, there's what is it, like like an 8% or 12% chance that a vasectomy can't be reversed. And even then you can have it directly extracted, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But in any case, I want to get a vasectomy, right? Or, hey, I make sure the girl is taking the birth control. I make sure to flush the condom down there. Like, you make sure it's going to be us. It is. And yes, admittedly, some women, whether it's through a sperm bank or whatever, could have children outside, but that's not going to be our kid then, right? We aren't going to be enslaved. Like, oh, here's a kid I can't afford because I was stupid and came without a condom, or she was dumb and she didn't have birth control, or oops. No, there's no oops. There's no fucking oops. And then we're not some fucking pathetic, sad sack of shit excuse for a man. I can't support my family. Asking other real men to work a little bit harder. God almighty, could you imagine a guy who's already supporting his family? Now he's got to pay extra taxes to support the dipshit who can't support his? Holy fucking shit. I ask unto you, my fellow men, let us take control and agency of this problem and situation and then resolve the problem by ensuring that we do not have children we cannot afford, waiting until we are financially stable to have said children, and then having said children with a stable woman who will stay there, honoring her vows, ensuring we have a nuclear family, that our children will grow up stable and strong, and will also not become deadbeat dads, single moms, or otherwise child abusing, broken home parents. Oh, President Cappy. And before any of you motherfucking assholes, not my audience, any of you motherfucking piece of degenerate shit scumbucket parents fucking come in here. You're mean. I'm not the one abusing my children by bringing them up in poverty. You're fucking scum. You're horrible people. Bringing your kids into a world that you can't afford them. All of you, fuck off. No one cares about your criticism. No one. We're not the ones abusing children. We're not the ones bringing children into a world that we're not ready for and are guaranteed to be mired in poverty, not to mention the psychological stress that comes with it. Fuck off. And if any of you, especially you bleeding heart liberal types, give a flying fuck about children, maybe think about not having them until you're fucking ready. And some people on the left, especially women who have their reproductive rights, they are serious about it. And I applaud. But my God, whether it's the ghetto trash or the trailer trash from Wyoming to Baltimore, holy shit. You want to not be poor? Stop having kids you can't afford. Link below are some resources for you people to stop being poor. All right? Especially for you guys. Okay? Bachelor pad economics. All right? A lot of you poor, I bet your dad ain't around. There's a course there called The Dad You Never Had, because not only did your dad not be around to say, hey, son, don't get a girl pregnant at 16. Your dad also probably wasn't around to tell you a whole bunch of other important shit, like what should you study? How do you get a work ethic? How do you do a tie? Okay, that's not in my course. Dadvice, though, has that. There's a web channel out there called Dadvice. Please go check him out as well. I have a course called The Dad You Never Had. Kind of a dad condensed down into, I think it's an 11-hour course. And then also link below Achieving Financial Excellence. Okay. So once we avoid making all the mistakes, now you got to know what is the role and purpose of money. I'm giving you all a crash course right here, right now. And it isn't to buy fucking rims, bro, or get myself a Beamer, bro, or put are grills still a fucking thing? Let me ask the black community. Is it still a thing? You still putting those stupid grills in your mouth? Stupid degrees? That's everybody, not just the black community. What are the Asians? What are you guys wasting your money on? Oh, I know. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble with the Asian parents. Music lessons. That's in musical instruments. That's what they waste their money on. It's very important. It works out the left brain. No, it's just a pissing away of money and time. I love it. I love it. Oh, anyway, Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, achieve financial excellence. When you know what the role and the purpose of money is, it's amazing what happens if you don't have kids you can't afford, you don't fuck up and majoring in dumb shit, and then you know the purpose and role of money so you don't piss it away on whatever grills or truck nuts in Wyoming or music lessons in the Asian community for your children. Oh my God, the money adds up and you're not poor. Holy shit. Holy shit. All the resources below. Super chats. Lesser Weevil, $2. No, it isn't fair. So the cards suck. Fold them. Yep. Wet Willies, wet or water? $5. It's just taken as granted that it's the school's responsibility to feed the kids in my neck of the woods, and they get served prison food. Yeah. Oh man, have they? Boy, they really man. And people think I hate children. I don't. No one care. You ready for a bold statement? No one hates the children more than their own parents. How's that sound? Is that a little harsh? I don't actually believe that. I think most parents love their children just not as much as they love themselves. But man, you guys, who hates their children more than their parents? Oh, get them out of here. It's not my responsibility to raise them. It's not my responsibility to feed them. It's the school. Ice knows too. I always ask, why, if you're not going to raise them, why'd you have them? Like, really, what did you have the kid? I'm not talking oops, accidental pregnant. People who purposely no, I want to have children. I want to raise them though. Well, what? I'm confused. I'm really confused. Ice Nose Books. These are the kind of people who rent furniture. Yep. Ken Rose, he says hi for $2. The Lesser Weevil, $2. And the birth control pill equals responsibility for all. No, I think the birth control is responsibility. Well, and you're right. No, you get rid of it. Yeah, there's going to be serious. You force a lot of responsibility because the consequences are tremendous. But I would like to think we can have our cake and eat it too. I don't think they're mutually exclusive, actually. But yes, you can have birth control. You use it regularly. I'm just kind of obviously my audience is men. I target men or just ends up being that way. Ladies, you benefit from this too. But for the guys, seriously, man, two people, right? Guy and girl, birds and bees, they get together. You're half that equation, man. Forget her. Okay. You got to take the responsibility, right? Because she might not. Now you got a kid, and now you got tremendous responsibility because now you have to raise that kid. Unless you're going to be a piece of shit and just yeet off. Although that's hot. That's a technique that gets you lots of women, I hear. I'm an unreliable financial deadbeat, but I got 6-pack abs. Oh my God, impregnate me, T-Rash. Where is T-Rash? We haven't seen him in a while. He occasionally stops by in the comments section. Lesser Weevil, $5. Cap, if we stop giving out birth control pills, yes, sex would go away. Yes, there'd be more single people. Women wouldn't get rights. No, I don't want women not to have rights. I want women to have rights. We're going to be discussing it later on. So I think paid for me to do a video response to Joker's video on women's rights and women's voting. They're humans. And there's important reasons you do it, but it's going to sacrifice the intent. No. It's not. You just have to enforce laws. Everyone has responsibility. Everyone has to, or not laws. Just like, no, you don't get free money. Here, let me ask you this. If we just got rid of the welfare state, which isn't going to, I know. If you got rid of the welfare state, would you really care if women are having kids out of wedlock or not? Like, no, there's no welfare. It was like legit. No, you can do your own thing and you can make your own choices and you can do drugs if you like. Not my problem, not my responsibility. I don't care. Oh, you OD, no, but well, you don't have the money to pay for this. All right, too bad. It limiting or lessening voting rights or preventing people from having rights. You don't want to prevent groups of people from having rights. That becomes complicated unto itself. Well, that person, these people over here get right. These ones don't. But on Tuesdays, it switched. Well, wait, are you that type of person? What if you decide to go from that type of person to this type of person? Oh, no. And women want to be equal. So you should, all right, here you go. You're equal. Equal rights, equal responsibilities. Michael Van Denberg. I don't want to sit there and take away people's rights and then have to be a tyrant enforcing that. You know what I'm saying? Like Xi Jinping is a busy man oppressing his people, and it's not a fun thing. It's not fun being a tyrant. No, I don't want to oppress people or take away their rights. That sounds like a pain in the ass. Michael Van Denberg, 2 Canadian, grew up in South Africa, poverty, child abuse galore. Yep. Yep. Have they figured out how birth control works down there? Lesser Weevil, $2. The birth control raised birth rates. Look it up. Did it? Oh. Well, wait, aren't birth rates going down though? Wisco Nomad, $2. They have kids so they can post it online for likes. Boy, I would normally, haha, that's kind of funny, tongue in cheek. No, they're not that big. I'm wondering now. I really do wonder. Ray John, 10 Canadian. I lost good precious years of my life to laziness. I am better now, but lesson learned and in a painful way. We got a course, how to stop being lazy. It's unteachable. I mean, you don't need it, Ray John. I'm telling other people. I cured a disease that was ruining my life and it feels good. Good for you, Ray John. Good to see you making money and you're not lazy anymore. Wisco Nomad, $2. Then initial excitement wears off like marriage. Yes. Yes. Look, the 101 course, okay? Like your introductory courses here is don't get people pregnant, or don't get yourself pregnant before you're ready to have kids. That's 101. You're talking the advanced kind of 3,000, 5,000 level course where it's like, oh, marriage ain't all it cracked up to be, and other lies society tells you. That's kind of more advanced. But if we could just get you all to not have kids you can't afford, I'm not kidding. A lot of problems will be going away. A lot of problems will be going away. All right. That's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.